This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we smashed the Incredible Hulk animated series.
It's clobbering time.
Perfect. Joel.
Yes, Andrew.
We're into week 2 of March Marvel Madness. Should we have made brackets?
For what?
I don't know. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make brackets. I didn't think this through. This is March Madness and Marvel has an M.
I mean, we can make brackets. I don't know what they're going to be leading to. Are we having a championship?
I don't know. I don't know how this works. Also, I think March Madness starts like in the middle of March, doesn't it?
What, March Madness?
Yeah. How does sports work?
It is leading up to it. It's ramping up. It's like a month-long event.
It's just like Oktoberfest starts in like September. And you're like, well, what the fuck is it called Oktoberfest for? In fact, it ends in October. Did you know that?
Yeah, it starts like at the end of September.
It starts like September like 14th or some crazy shit like that. It's like done by the time you get there. It's weird.
It's like 1 week into October and then it ends.
Yeah. Not that, I mean, when I was over in Germany, I was already, sober living. So it's not like I would have enjoyed Oktoberfest anyway. But we are here to talk about The Incredible Hulk, the animated series.
Yes.
And just like everything else that's on Disney Plus, we will not play the theme song to review it, but I can sing it to you. Are you ready?
Hit me with it.
All right, just go like this. Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hulk.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hulk.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hulk.
Bum, bum,
And then about a minute of that. And there you go. There's the theme song to the Hulk.
That's a doozy of a theme song, Andrew.
I give it about a 3. It does portray what the show's name is. We could have like thrown in an Incredible in there or something. I don't know.
Which with a character like the Hulk, there's not too much to him. He's just
Hulk has the opposite problem of Spider-Man because he has the worst theme songs because there was like a, oh God, it was a way old animated before this one. There was another one. It was like in 60s maybe.
There was an 80s. Yep.
Well, anyway, its theme song was also dog shit. But this one is a step in the right direction, I guess. Maybe if there is another Hulk series that I haven't watched called Hulk Agents of Smash because it looked lame as fuck, but we'll probably cover it on this show. Maybe next March. I don't know. But Joel, how did the Incredible Hulk animated series get made? We all know how the the short story of how Hulk got made basically is Stan Lee was like, what if Frankenstein was also Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Excelsior? Yeah. And then Jack Kirby drew it and drew an actual story, and then Stan Lee went, I made this, which is like almost every Stan Lee creation story ever made. He really kind of was like a great salesman, but he is kind of the Thomas Edison of the comic world.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I made this. And Jack Kirby's like, what the fuck?
So
I'm going to go smoke 6 cigars. And then he did.
Yeah, no, I mean, so we kind of gave a rough rundown of Marvel kind of at this point in the 90s. This show aired on September 8th, 1996, ran for 2 seasons, 21 episodes, which I thought was odd.
Respectable.
Well, we don't see like an odd number of episodes with these things.
Yeah, that's true.
So I believe last week we actually mentioned that Hulk was a part of the Marvel Action Hour, which we were wrong on that, Andrew. Well,
Oh, really?
we was wrong a little bit. Hulk was a part of the Marvel Action Hour in some regions, but it was the 80s Hulk that they threw in there, not the 96 animated series.
Okay.
So they got scrap Hulk, not even a new project.
Damn.
So basically, at this time, Marvel has had success with the Spider-Man animated series, and like you mentioned last time, they had a limited number of, I guess, rights to make cartoons out of because they sold so many of their characters to, you know, different companies or what have you. They decided to just test the waters with the Hulk, hoping
Okay.
to grab a hold of some of that Spider-Man animated series fame.
UPN.
Did not work out in their favor, honestly.
No.
No. But that was it. I mean, it's going to be kind of boring for all the rest of this because that's all it is. It's just Marvel just wanting to cash grab on their existing products.
Well, we also have some information as far as like the UPN executives. The executive assigned to this show really had no feelings for what the Hulk was about or what was most important to an action adventure show in general, nor to Marvel fans in particular. There were a lot of creative differences, but what was discussed is the most of the network meetings was her obsession with fashion. She kept insisting that everyone looked like they just stepped out of a shop of Rhodey Drive. So I don't think she
missed the point of the Hulk.
I don't think she really cared what she was doing. I think she was just. She definitely it sounds like a Nepo hire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was someone's niece.
She had shares.
Can you help me?
She had shares of whatever clothing store it was.
Look, we got this Hulk show coming out. You think she could be the executive inside of that? Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
she's like, what's the Hulk?
We'll put clothing in it. All right, super.
Maybe that's why She-Hulk became a pretty big part of it, because She-Hulk was characterized. I mean, it's still characterized as like a femme fatale, very fashion forward type woman in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I always wanted to see like my She-Hulk just like the regular Hulk, like a barbarian, just. That's it.
Did a story like that.
I know, but I want that to be the base character, like how the base character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Character of the Hulk is, you know, I'm angry. You won't like me when I'm angry.
That's true. Yeah,
it's gonna be clobbering time soon.
Also, another thing, story editor, the opposite of the UPN executive, story editor Greg Johnson was especially excited about being on the Hulk because he wanted to bring relatively obscure characters into the forefront, like the Outcast, which are basically gamma irradiated bugs.
Ooh.
So there you go. I mean, so you had one guy who was really excited about it, and you had a lady who could not give a less of a fuck about it.
She did.
The Hulk has such a bad history with like media.
I could see that
because it's like, okay, first of all, like you have all these Spider-Man and X-Men, they're going to Fox, And then you have the Fantastic Four. They're going they're going wherever they go when we cover them. And then the Hulk goes to UPN. And then, like, because of this contract with Universal, he can't even have a real MCU movie. He can only just be a side character. Because Universal owns some version of an intellectual property that stops them from making movies, but doesn't stop the Hulk from being in other media.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. And it's just like, like his 2003 movie, he killed like several people's careers.
God, that was a terrible movie.
It was. It's an awful movie. People will be like, I thought it was good. And I was like, you have no taste. Don't ever give me a movie suggestion again.
I always thought the actor they got to play Bruce Banner, Eric Bana, I wonder if he got the job just because his name kind of sounded like Bruce Banner.
I could see that happening. I definitely could.
Wait, your name's Eric Bana?
Oh, that's like super close to Bruce Banner. We barely have to teach you how to act. Perfect.
So you from this day forward, your name is Bruce.
So, all right. Well, that's kind of like the show's behind the scenes fact that I found pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So, the voice cast for the Incredible Hulk. Lou Ferrigno reprises his Hulk role as the Hulk.
My man.
Neil McDough is Dr. Bruce Banner. John Vernon is General Ross. Mark Hamill is Gargoyle and Tong Xing. Luke Perry is Rick Jones.
Hey.
Matt Fuhr is the leader and fashion show MC.
Okay.
Felice Sampler is Betty Ross. Jeannie Francis is also Betty Ross. That was a mess up on my phone. Michael Donovan is Grey Hulk, aka Mr. Fix-It. Cree Summer is She-Hulk and Jennifer Walters. Okay. And finally, Shadow Stevens is Doc Samson.
Sweet. Okay, got some
kind of a long one, but there were like a lot of people I wanted to mention just because it was kind of neat. Other works, we have Lou Ferrigno. He's just
the Hulk.
He's himself, and I Love You, Man.
Yeah.
So there's a not the Hulk. He's also Hercules in a 1983 movie.
In I Love You, Man, they kept referencing him as the Hulk.
As the Hulk. Hey, Hulk.
Hey, Hulk.
I'm not Hulk. I'm a human being. Neil McDough is Timothy Dum Dum Dugan in Captain America, the First Avenger.
Oh, sweet.
John Vernon is Dean Vernon Wormer in National Lampoon's Animal House.
Okay.
Mark Hamill is the Skull King in Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
Okay.
Luke Perry is Dylan McKay in Beverly Hills 90210.
I'm so glad you did
Billy
that one.
In the fifth. Yeah, it's also Billy in The Fifth Element.
Yep.
Good movie, The Fifth Element. Matt Fuhr is Moloch in Watchmen.
Okay.
Phyllis Sampler is Toph. But I think it's the old woman Toph because it's in The Legend of Korra.
Yeah, that would be old Toph.
Jeannie Francis is Laura Spencer in General Hospital.
Hey, didn't we have a General Hospital alumni last week too? I think we did.
I think so. Michael Donovan is Bizarro in JLA Adventures Trapped in Time.
Cool.
Cree Summers is Elmira Duff in Tiny Toon Adventures.
Okay.
She's the little girl that hugged bunnies to death.
Oh,
she was like Lemmy and Elmer Fudd in one character.
God.
And finally, Shadow Stevens is voiceovers in the Kentucky Fried Movie.
What? Kentucky Fried Movie.
The Kentucky Fried Movie. I don't know anything about it other than it was made and it came out in 1977.
I know what I'm watching.
Let's talk about this show, and I really just want to mention one thing. I feel so bad for the character, the Gargoyle.
Why is that?
Because all he wants, he doesn't want to take over the world. He doesn't want superpowers. He just wants to be turned back to normal. That's it.
Ouch.
He just doesn't want to be a gray, tiny freak.
I don't want to be a freak anymore.
I mean, I feel like he just teamed up with the leader. I feel like if he went up to Bruce Banner and was like, hey, can you test your Hulk cures on me? Because this shit sucks. I don't have super intelligent powers and I don't have super strength. I'm just a freaky little guy.
I will.
And that's all I got.
I'll tell you where their base is. I'll be a informant for you. Please. I just don't want to be a freak no more.
Please cure me. Also, I do feel like Betty Ross is the complete polar opposite of MJ for Spider-Man, because you want to talk about a woman that sticks by her man.
Betty.
It's Betty goddamn Ross.
Well,
she is.
Depends if we're talking about the Ultimate Universe here, Andrew.
Well, we're talking about the fun little family-safe Incredible Hulk universe, where everything's okay and there's not a weird story about where the Hulk is also a metaphor for toxic masculinity. Don't get me wrong. Ultimate Wolverine versus Hulk fucking rules.
Amazing. I'll never forget when you told me, oh yeah, in this one, Betty Ross ends up with Freddie Prinze Jr. and it sends the Hulk into...
Yeah, he hooks... That's before that comic. So in that universe, the Avengers are called the Ultimates. And one of the things that happens in it is Hulk goes on a rampage and kills 800 people in Manhattan. And because that happens, the reason that happens is because Betty breaks up with Bruce, and she's like, I'm just gonna stay with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze
because that was
Jr.
one of the things in the Ultimate Universe that they were really trying, is they were going to try to connect more real world celebrities and stuff. So inadvertently in the Ultimate Universe, Freddie Prinze Jr. is responsible for the death of 800 people, including women and children. Because Bruce says that in the Ultimate versus Wolverine versus Hulk comic, that he's like, I think he said there was like 60 women and like 25 children. So he's like,
he counted.
He probably knew. You also feel really bad for Bruce in this series. Like, I feel like, I mean, I've always generally, when I've read the Hulk, like, it's kind of the worst superpower to have. It's fun to watch, but if you were the Hulk, like, they do a good job of not downplaying that, like, that's a nightmare scenario in which there is hardly any escape.
Yeah,
like,
it's
like, you really just feel for the guy where he's like, oh, if I stub my toe, I could accidentally level a city.
What happened here? What happened here? Oh, well, they got his order wrong at Starbucks, and the Hulk, Bruce Banner, just flipped his load.
I have a large venti caramel macchiato for Bruce Banana. It's Banner!
It's Banner! Yeah.
Oh, good. 1,400 people got annihilated.
And that's what happened to Los Angeles.
It's also, it's just kind of nice to see, like, especially because I'm so used to the MCU now, like, not doing any kind of cool Hulk stuff.
Yeah.
Going back and watching this series, which, by the way, same animation studio that did Gargoyles and Batman the Animated Series You can tell. This
Yep.
is by far one of the better animated series. And I think it's because they couldn't sell merchandise.
Yeah, it's
'Cause you can do a Hulk action figure, but who the hell's gonna buy the leader? It's definitely not like Iron Man, where you can be like, "This is him in a new suit. That'll be $15."
this is Hulk with purple shorts. This is
Yeah,
him
this is
with
Hulk with-
orange shorts.
This is him with blue jeans.
Ooh,
Ooh,
That's
it
the
did make me laugh,
add-ons?
So
that's the add-ons, just different shorts, like different pants and stuff like that.
it did make me laugh. So, there's the Captain America movie has the Red Hulk, right?
Yeah,
And anytime you have a Hulk, like in the movies, for its merchandise that they make, Hulk Fist.
Hulk fist.
So now you can have Red Hulk Fist. It just makes me laugh that every time they're like, "Oh, get the molds out. We have a Hulk."
Get the molds out. What color this
Which is
time? Red.
Red. Get that green shit out of here. There was also a statue of the Red Hulk that's just somebody painted a green Hulk statue red. You're like, you guys put no effort into this whatsoever.
0%.
But no, I appreciated this. I did not know that Luke Perry was the voice of Rick Jones, but now going back and watching it, now that I know that, like, you definitely hear it. And they also kind of make him favor Luke Perry, but he's like the smoothest talking character in the whole show. Another good thing, they introduced Grey Hulk in season 2. They switch it up. So season 1 is all about separating them, which they do succeed. Spoiler alert for this almost 20-year show. Yeah, 30-year-old show. They do separate them, and then they realize that they did it wrong. So both of them are gonna die.
Oh no!
But when they merge back together, Hulk, there's a Grey Hulk now. I don't think they ever go out of their way to call him Joe Fixit, but that's what they typically call him.
Joe Fixit.
I don't know. It's always nice to see Joe Fixit. That's definitely a character we will never see in the MCU.
Oh no.
I don't know if they would ever be able to pull it off. I do, but I did like in season 2 when they introduced the Grey Hulk that there is an internal conflict. So when Bruce gets stressed, there's also a fight going on in his brain of which Hulk gets to take the wheel, so to speak. And there's a lot of interesting concepts that's like, a lot of modern stuff just doesn't really explore anymore. I know everybody, I mean, it's been out for a while, but Immortal Hulk really took the reins and did that very well. And
yeah.
There's always like, people forget that Bruce Banner has multiple personality disorder, which is why also it's just kind of nice to see Toddler Hulk again. Because he is a giant toddler in this series, and it's great. Like, Betty will literally hold him by the hand and go, "Come on, Hulk, like, come with me," and he'll just be like, "Okay."
I'm Hulk, big dummy dumb.
Yeah, but he's just like, he'll be like, Hulk smash tunnel, and they're like, "No, don't do that.
No.
Just duck your head."
Pulls out the keys.
Or something like that.
Hulk, look, keys. Ooh.
Keys. Oh, Hulk, call him by keys. I mean, literally, Betty comes in clutch so much in this series of just calming the Hulk down. It is absolutely ridiculous. Like, they'll shoot him with lasers and tanks and bullets, bombs. Creatures from other dimensions will try to take him out. The second Betty comes up on the scene, it's like, "Calm down, Bruce. It's okay."
Ooh.
Without, okay, that's it.
Hulk loves Betty.
I mean, in a way, yeah. They have a Ghost Rider episode. We can talk about that a little bit. Ghost Rider shows up and he's like, "You're full of sin," and then he does the pen and stare, and he's like, "Never mind."
Oh, I was wrong. Sorry. Carry on about your business.
You just smashing shit for the love of the game. You've never hurt nobody. I'm on my way.
Does a cool, complicated handshake and then rides off.
Right. I would love if that's how the Ghost Rider was just like, my bad, fam. And it's just like, what'd he do? Oh, they dapped me up and rode off into the moonlight. I guess I was innocent.
That's how he says you're innocent. Just some complicated handshake and just rides off.
Yeah.
Oh
shit, my bad. I didn't know you were like that. Fuck.
My B.
This is like some Gen Z Ghost Rider that we've made. His flame is like the broccoli cut. Actually, it's like Gen Alpha. They're in a new cringy generation, I think. Who knows? I don't fucking know. But what I do know is, Joel, it is time to go to your new reoccurring segment, reviews that are incredible and reviews that are about to get smashed.
Ooh, nice, Andrew. That was a solid one. Solid. So this is sitting at a 6.7 out of 10 with 3.9K ratings on it. So not too shabby.
Can I make a prediction about the bad review?
Okay.
A lot of people don't care for season 2, which I get.
The lowest star review I could find is a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
But you are correct. In almost all of the reviews, everyone is talking about how season 1 was great, season 2...
Season one rules. It's like the exact opposite of Iron Man.
Yeah.
Where season 1 of Iron Man is kind of whatever, and then season 2, they really pick it up.
Yeah. So everyone loved season 1. Season 2, awful. No one cares about it. But Andrew, I've got a 10 out of 10 for you. It's pretty lengthy. I'm just going to read the last paragraph of this man's review. I thought it was pretty good. I thought this show was brilliantly done. It had sadness to it that other shows didn't have. I, as a 9 or 10-year-old, felt Banner's pain and loneliness. But what was truly great was the Hulk's power, as he destroyed everything and anyone who got in his way.
What's going on in this kid's life? I feel the loneliness and despair of the Incredible Hulk. Like, how? You're 9.
That kid seen some stuff, man. That kid,
I guess.
That kid lived 50 years in 5 years.
There are some sad moments in the Hulk series that you couldn't get in another like animated series, like because of the Hulk doesn't quite understand a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because he's a toddler. He's basically got the mind of a 3-year-old, and he can throw a tank. But it's like there's one part where they got to get him to run because the military's coming, but he wants to stay with Betty, so they have to like fuck with him. They have to like be mean to him to get. They have to What is the movie where it's like, get out of here, you stupid animal?
Isn't that
Don't
Old
you
Yellow?
know I don't want you anymore?
Yeah.
And the Hulk's like, why Betty me to Hulk? And he's crying and he jumps off, and then like Betty's like, oh Rick, what have I done? It's just like, that is sad, actually.
The
I'm
Hulk,
not.
To me, the Hulk has always been just a tragic. Like every comic he's in, it's always just a tragedy. There's like I think there's only been a few moments in all of the Hulk stories where he has happiness.
Like a glimpse of people complain a lot that Spider-Man is never happy, but Bruce is like
Cranked up to 11.
miserable. Like, he may be the saddest person in Marvel.
I
It's like,
think so.
they're just like, yeah, well, sometimes MJ is mean to Peter, and she left him for Paul. And it's like, Bruce Banner can't have a physical relationship with anyone of the fear that he might accidentally fuck them to death.
Bruce Banner is constantly just running from the government to not be a test subject or a weapon of war.
Weapon of war or anything. Or he's too dangerous, so they decide to shoot him into space.
They send him on a mission and they're like, Hulk buddy, you're the only one for the job.
You're the only guy who can do it.
And then they're like,
all right.
we lied to you. We are sending you to a black hole. Enjoy.
He can't even die.
So awful.
The sweet release of death, the Hulk's like, nah, back up.
Ain't happening yet, Captain.
Ain't happening now, buddy boy.
I got another
like,
1,000 years left in these bones.
Oh, yeah. You know what the half-life of gamma radiation is? Well, you better find out. But, yeah, I guess for me, my closing thoughts, watch season 1. Season 2's okay. It's definitely a little bit is taken away. But I think it has its moments. But season 1 is like, it's fire. You have a lot. Like, Doctor Doom, Iron Man's in it. He meets up with the Fantastic Four. There aren't a lot of Hulk villains, so to speak. Like, there's the leader and the Abomination. I barely want to count the Gargoyle because he's just like, fix me. I'm not bad.
I don't want to be a freak.
But, yeah, you have your like normal rogues, but there are other ones that like just didn't make it into the show because a lot of the Hulk's rogue gallery are just big buff monsters like
I don't
Beast,
like him.
Zaz. Yeah, they're just like, oh, this is a big thing. That's why the leader has been like his most interesting adversary because it's brain versus brawn.
Yeah.
But what about you, Joel? What's your closing thoughts?
I would say if you're a fan of these 90s like superhero animated series, give it a shot.
It's a lot of good early storylines before like power scaling kind of ruined every fandom ever made. God. So what are his feats? Are they canonical? Like, shut up.
Shut up. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
Just watch the fucking thing and stop bringing up Death Battle. I get it. You don't agree. You learn how to animate then and make your own, and then just make up a bunch of bullshit facts. No one will care. I promise.
No one's going to spend the amount of time to verify that. Yep, that's true. Yep.
Oh, they will. Trust me, my TikTok is full of people arguing with each other about comics and how Invincible's getting it pretty badly.
Oh, I bet.
Because, like, they're new, and it's just like, Invincible could take on Superman. Like, shut up. Just shut up. Could you just watch something without comparing it to something else and being like, well, that might be cool, but can they win a fight against another fictional character? Who the fuck cares? If you care that much,
get a life.
Learn to weld. Learn to trade. Then you get to, if you know it, if you learn a trade, then you get to talk about power scaling. I feel like that's fair. Go to night school.
Go to night school. Chances are you'll meet 10 other people with these same thoughts.
Exactly like you. 100%.
You got friends for life.
Yep. Well, I believe that wraps up us covering The Incredible Hulk. If you would like to support the show after we just insulted you a shit ton of times, you can go to patreon.com/cartoondd. There we have a $5 tier. You can get stickers and pins mailed to your door, extended audio episodes, bonus episodes, and access to our Discord. But you can do that even if you join the free one.
Mm-hmm.
Just check your email. If you would like to go to our website to make a request, you can go to cartoondumpsterdive.com. You can also visit our store there and buy yourself a shirt. We might have to change that because Teespring is taking a while.
Really?
They keep telling me they're backed up with orders. So we might move.
Yeah.
We'll see. We have a Twitter. We have a Blue Sky. They're both Cartoon DD. We are Cartoon Dumpster Dive on all other social media platforms. And as always, we appreciate a 5-star review on the podcasting platform of your choice. Have an incredible rest of the week.
See ya.
This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we smash into the fuck.
We smash into
We
the
smash. Well, that's what he should sound like. Hook smash.
Can you like not
Not how I thought
intimidating
that
at all?
would sound.
This has been a Lughole podcast.